Could sinigang taste good with coffee? That was the idea I was burning with a few days ago. And the same idea which brought me here today. So how did we actually make this idea happen? It's first important to learn exactly what makes sinigang well. Sinigang. I believe sinigang has 3 elements, the first of which is the tomatoes. To add this tomato part of the drink, we'll be making some tomato water. To make it, all you need to do is blend the rice and tomatoes until it's as smooth as possible. Once it's fully blended, the next step is to separate all the tomato fruit with the tomato water. To do this, I'm using a paper filter, but you could use a cheesecloth if that's what you have. It's best you don't spill anything to contaminate the filtered material underneath, so that you don't have to filter twice. So here's how it should look, fairly clean, maybe some pinkish coloring. If you were to taste it, it's pretty tart with a background of sweetness and umami. The second element of sinigang which I'd want to incorporate into this drink is the sour flavor, which is typically added through sampalok. To do this, we'll be making a sinigang syrup. We first need a simple syrup base, which is just equal parts water and sugar. Once you have the boring part down, it's time to add our sampalok puree. I'm using a Thai sampalok puree because of its intense tartness. I use around 3 to 5 grams of this to make space for our other addition, which is, sadly, sinigang mix. I added sinigang mix to the simple syrup. I added around 3 grams of the sinigang mix into the syrup. In the end, it gives the syrup a tart hint with some savory aspects. So give it a mix and marvel at your abomination.
Sinigang syrup food.
Now it's finally time to assemble the drink. First, we'll be starting with an ounce of tomato water. We'll then follow it up with 20 grams of our sinigang syrup. Next, we'll be adding 2 ounces of our cold brew concentrate. We'll then be topping it off with some ice just to keep the drink cold. And finally, we're adding around 2 ounces of sparkling water just to top everything off. So here it is, our Sinigang Tonic. Now it's time to taste it. As I said before, we have 3 elements which make sinigang. First one was the tomato, second one was the sourness. And the third and final one, which I'm about to show, is that it needs to taste good. What is a drink when it's not drinkable? So let's find out. And to my surprise, it does not taste good. I think the idea is better in a cocktail format. The coffee just does not pair well with the tomato flavor. Anyways, that's pre-made. I won't make it again. See you next time.